हजुर नमस्ते सबैजनालाई। सधैँ चाहिँ आज म फेरि विशेष जानकारी लिएर हजुरहरू समक्ष आएको छु। आजको जानकारी भनेको दैनिक जीवनमा काम लाग्ने कुरादेखि विशेषतः हाम्रा भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई युथ्स भनौँ मसिना भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई अति नै आवश्यक पर्ने जानकारी लिएर म हजुरहरू समक्ष आएको छु। मसँग आज विशेष दुईजना पाहुना पनि हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँहरूको पनि परिचय म एकछिनमा गराउँछु र अङ्ग्रेजी र नेपाली दुईटै भाषामा म आज बोल्छु र हजुरहरूलाई केही प्रश्न भएको छ भने प्रश्न सोधिदिनु होला र सधैँ चाहिँ म आज फेरि तपाईँहरू सबैलाई यो भिडियो हेरिदिनु हुन, सेयर गरिदिनु हुन र तपाईँ फेसबुक हेर्नुहुन्छ भने फेसबुकमा गएर मलाई फलो गर्नु होला। त्यसो भएपछि तपाईँले फेरि पनि यस्तो भिडियोहरू पाइरहनुहुन्छ। आज मैले पहिलोपालि इन्स्टाग्राममा पनि यो भिडियो लगाउन कोसिस गरेको छु। तपाईँलाई कस्तो लाग्छ त्यहाँ पनि हेरिदिनु होला र युट्युबमा हेर्नुहुन्छ भने युट्युबमा गएर च्यानललाई सब्सक्राइब गरिदिनु होला र नोटिफिकेसन बटन पनि दबाइदिनु होला। So again, namaste to everyone. I am again coming today with the similar information, but today's information is very, very important to our youths. And I have two guests speaking about it, and I also will share some of those information with you. I request each one of you to follow me in a Facebook. And if you are watching in a YouTube, remember to subscribe and push the notification button so that you'll get such videos in the future. And today I also tried doing in an Instagram. So let me know how do you see how it looks like in Instagram. It's the first time I'm trying. So first information, पहिलो कुरा चाहिँ मैले रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा हुँदै गरेको हाम्रो निशुल्क कानुनी शिविर भन्छौँ लिगल एड सोसाइटी अफ कोलम्बसले गर्ने भनेको क्लिनिक आउने बिहिबार आज भयो हाम्रो आज शनिबार शुक्रबार भयो आज अब बिहिबार 25 तारिक जनवरी 25 तारिक बेलुका 5 बजे टेलर रोड एलिमेन्ट्री स्कुलमा हुँदैछ र यो जानकारी धेरैजना साथीहरूले मलाई सोध्दै हुनुहुन्छ, कोही बेला फोन गरेर कोही बेला मेसेन्जर सोध्दै हुनुहुन्छ र सबैजना जो हेर्नु हुँदैछ हेर्ने साथीहरूले उहाँहरूकामा पुर्याइदिनु कोसिस गर्नु होला। म तपाईँलाई बिन्ती गर्छु र आउने बिहिबार बेलुका 5 बजे रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा फ्री क्लिनिक लिगल सोसाइटीले गरेको क्लिनिक हुन्छ। त्यो क्लिनिकमा तपाईलाई कानुनको विषय के आवश्यक परेछ त्यसमा भाग लिनु होला। Everyone, those who are watching, please share this information to your friends or families. If you need a legal help, there's a free legal clinic in Reynoldsburg in Taylor Road Elementary School on January 25, that is Thursday at 5 p.m., starting at 5 p.m. So please do share these things. So with that said, I am going to talk about a special program today that is a 4-H. So what is 4-H? How does this work? I'll be inviting our guest. They will introduce themselves and we'll be talking more about it. In the meantime, remember to share, like, and if you're watching in a YouTube, please do subscribe and also push notification button. हवस्, तपाईले आफ्नो कमेन्ट पनि लेख्न नभुल्नु होला। यसो भन्दै म मेरो पाहुनालाई बोलाउन चाहन्छु। Hi Carrie.
Hello.
Hi Isa, namaste. So Isa, you are muted. So Carrie, how we do this one is like you are live on a Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So this is a program that I usually do sometimes once a week, sometimes every day in a week, where we'll be reaching out to a lot of people. So today we are talking about 4-H, which you've been involved for a very, very long time, at least my stay in Reynoldsburg. So can you introduce yourself, who you are, how you're involved in the community and in the 4-H? Then we'll go from there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for hosting me tonight. My name is Carrie Riggs. I am a 4-H advisor. I've been volunteering with Franklin County 4-H for 20 years. All of those years, I have had a 4-H club. 4-H is a youth organization similar to Scouts. A lot of people are familiar with Girl Scouts and Scouts USA. 4-H is a similar type of program. It was founded here in Ohio in Clark County in 1902. So it's been around for quite a long time.
All right, thank you, Carrie. I'll come back with the further question, that one. So I also talk mixed Nepali here. So Carrie ले भन्नुहुँदै थियो यो 4-H भनेको चाहिँ युवा युवतीहरूका लागि आवश्यक पर्ने कार्यक्रम हो र उहाँ चाहिँ 4Hको एडभाइजरबाट काम गर्नुहुन्छ र 4H भन्ने संस्था चाहिँ 1902मा क्लर्क काउन्टीमा यहीँनेरि भएको संस्था हो र अहिले राष्ट्रिय अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय संस्था पनि हो. So right now it's a national or international organization, right? 4H is in multiple countries as well. Is that right?
It is. It is worldwide. It's in over 88 countries.
Wow.
Most of the programs are 4-H, or they also have some different types of names based on translation. The 4-H's stand for head, heart, hands, and health, which is part of the 4-H pledge. So that's where the name comes from. And it was started as a boys and girls club to further young people's knowledge about agriculture, farming, and raising livestock, and some traditional, cooking and sewing types of skills. But it has expanded over the many years into much more than farming. So there's a common misconception it's just for farmers.
Thank you, Carrie. So उहाँले भन्नुहुन्छ यो 4H 4टा एच छ. यो एचको अर्थ चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि हेड भनेको टाउको, हार्ट भनेको मुटु, अनि हात अनि स्वास्थ्य यस्ताका लागि ध्यान दिएर युवा युवतीहरूलाई कसरी चाहिँ जिउनका लागि र राम्रोसँग जीवन जिउनका लागि प्रोत्साहन गर्ने संस्था हो र यो कमसेकम 80 भन्दा बेसी देशहरूमा फैलिएको संस्था हो भन्नुहुँदैछ. Thank you, Carrie. I'll come back to you afterwards. So Isa, thank you for joining. Isa is one of our members of 4H Club here in Reynoldsburg. Isa, can you tell who you are and can you introduce yourself, what you do? Then we'll go to your 4H journey.
Namaste, everyone. Hi, my name is Isha Dakal. I'm in 9th grade. I'm 14 years old and I go to Livingston Reynoldsburg High School campus. And this year was my first year doing 4-H in the summer. And it was really fun.
So can you tell how did you know about 4H? Did you you get from an email? You get from somebody else? Or can you share your journey in details as much as you can?
So
you can tell in Nepali as well if you want.
Okay. So the beginning of my 4-H journey, I had no idea that 4-H was even a program. I had no idea that it existed until my dad one day dropped me off to Buan Kaka's house where I met Aditi, and Aditi told me what 4-H was, but we didn't get to go in much detail that time. And I think it was about 2 years ago that I first learned about it. But at that time, I didn't join until this year I joined. And then I actually got to experience 4-H for the first time.
All right, thank you. So in that thing, what was one of the, or can you tell few things what you do in a 4H?
So in 4-H, there are project books and you get to follow them and they teach you about projects. Like, for example, I did cake decorating, writing, and photography. And they all came with projects books and they all explained the whole directions on how to do it. And then at the end, you present it to judges and stuff. And as Carrie was saying, there's also a club that helps you with your projects. And I'm super grateful that there was a club because it was confusing on my own. But I'm grateful that I had other people to guide me.
So can you share a little bit more about, is there how many? You are the only one, or there are more people? Do they help? Or you have to do by yourself?
So there were a lot of people in our group. I'd say, should I say the names of those people?
Yeah, if you want, that's fine.
Okay. So from who I remember, from my friends, my own friends that helped me a lot are Selena, Dipti, Aditi, Devu, Ishan, and other people there too. And I had a project. I shared some projects with most of my friends, and we got to present it in the 4-H club with Carrie, and we got to present it in front of people and got more practice on presenting it together. And we also got to explain how to do the project to our own members of that group. So it was like practice for when we actually got to judge. And they did really help me. And because some of the people there had the same projects as me, so we got to work together, come as a group, and then we presented it separately, of course, but we did work together a lot and there was a lot of teamwork behind that.
Thank you, Isa. We'll come back to you again. सो जो हेर्नुहुँदैछ हेर्नुहुने सबै मेरा साथीहरूलाई फेरि पनि भन्न चाहन्छु, तपाईँले नबिर्सिकन सेयर गरिदिनु होला, कमेन्ट तपाईँको केही क्वेसन छ भने क्वेसन गर्नुहोला। यहाँनिर केरीले क्वेसनको एन्सर पनि गर्नुहुन्छ, म पनि कति एन्सर गर्छु, ईशाले पनि कति एन्सर गर्छिन्, र तपाईँका सम्पूर्ण प्रश्नलाई चाहिँ यहाँ उत्तर पनि दिलाउन सकिन्छ। तपाईँको भएका प्रश्नको उत्तर पनि हामी गर्न कोसिस गर्छौँ, तर तपाईँले त्यो छेउको बुढी औँलो थिचिदिनु होला, सेयर गरिदिनु होला र कमेन्ट पनि लेखिदिनु होला। So, Kerry, I ask everyone to share these things so that it goes to other people as well. So, there are a couple of questions here in the chat I saw as we are talking. So, the one question is meaning of 4-H, which you told. Can you tell now, because some of our audience are not here before? Can you tell what is 4-H in a detail?
So, it is a youth organization, much like Scouts. It's for boys and girls in the same club, for youth ages 6 and in kindergarten through 19 and a high school student. So it's a wide range of youth that can participate. The 4-H's stand for Head, Heart, Hands, and Health. Each of the goal of 4-H is positive youth development, and so it has a lot of similarities to Scouts. Ways in which it differs, as Isha was sharing, is with Scouting, everybody in the Scout organization or the club does the same thing at the same time. They work on earning badges, and so they are all studying the same topic together. Whereas in 4-H, children choose their individual interests in project areas, and they select a project and they explore that interest on their own with a project helper, either a friend or a trusted adult or advisor, to help guide them through learning more about the topic they've chosen. And there's over 200 topics to explore.
Okay. Thank you, Kerry, for that one. So we talk about these things. So तपाईँ फेरि पनि के प्रश्न छ भने सोधिदिनु होला, छैन भने ठिक छ, तपाईँले हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ, जसले हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ म यो कुरा दोहोऱ्याइराख्छु र यो छेउको तपाईँको भएको बटन दबाएर चाहिँ लाइक र सेयर पनि गर्न नभुल्नु होला. All right, Kerry, thank you for that. Now, my question to you, since this is, we found it, I think Isha also explained how does that work. I'll come back to Isha, to you. Let me ask this question to Isha, then I'll come back to Kerry. So Isha, after getting involved with the 4-H for almost a year, a little bit more than a year now, what do you think is benefit? Is there any benefit for you? You're spending that time, spending a lot of traveling up and down. Do you think it's beneficial for you?
It was so beneficial to me because we had to do it throughout the summer, and if I didn't do 4-H, I would have spent that whole summer away scrolling on my phone, doing something unproductive. But because I got to do 4-H, I learned about 3 new topics, and I learned about it a lot through the project books, through the club, through everything. And like I felt super productive that whole summer, and especially the judging process. It made me feel so accomplished after I did all that project and stuff, the judging. And I will also share the ribbons that I got from it. This is the best in class one that I got from writing, my writing project. And then this is the one from photography, honorable mention. And my cake decorating, I didn't get one, but that's okay because I did try.
So thank you for sharing those things. So can you share us what is one thing that you like the most, and what is one thing that you like the least?
My favorite was the judging process. I know a lot of people might disagree with me, but I feel like when you do the judging process, it's like I did enough things from that project to be up here and be judged by the judge. And I also got to share everything that I learned to the judge. And I expected the judging process to be really scary and like super professional and like nerve-wracking, which it was nerve-wracking. But when I got to the judging, it turned out to be super chill and relaxed, and it was a really good environment. And I just got to share everything that I learned without having to stay on a script or anything.
So what is one thing that you like the least? Or you don't have anything that you'd like to
Oh,
mention?
the least. Okay, the project I liked the least was cake decorating because it was super hard. I made about 6 cakes, which the minimum was 3, but it wasn't like some of the things I couldn't do because some of the ingredients for them were like eggs and stuff, which we can't really touch or use. So it was hard for me to find stuff to make with my own cake. So it didn't look super professional, like the cakes and stuff. So I think that's why I got a lower score. But also, I would say the cake decorating book did not explain that much as the writing and the photography.
Okay, great. In the meantime, can you share what did you, if you can you share like what was your experience in writing project? Like what you did every single day, how much, whatever you want to share, because that is very important because that has a direct relation to our school and grades and all those things as well.
The writing process. One thing I will share is after the writing project, the map scores that they have in school, I went up a lot on my map score after I did the writing thing. And that's one thing. But another thing is there were prompts and stuff, and it wasn't like strict prompts. You could have creative freedom to do however you wanted to write the prompts, how to write the story. And it was super fun with that. And like I got to show my creative side. And also, I had a friend, Selena, and she also did the writing project, and we got to exchange our writing, and we could like help each other on what we missed, or like help each other with like punctuation and help each other with sentence structure and everything. And it was super fun that I had a partner to share that with. And I liked the fact that there were different prompts and like in like different genres and stuff, so I could try out different genres of writing.
थ्याङ्क यू। र फेरि जो हेर्नुहुँदैछ, हामीले आज 4H को बारेमा कुराकानी गर्दैछौँ। ईशाले 4H भनेको के हो, यसमा कस्तो हुन्छ 4H को जर्नीमा बताउँदैछिन्। र यसमा धेरैवटा प्रोजेक्टहरू हुन्छन्, जस्तो केक डेकोरेटिङ भयो, फोटोग्राफी भयो, राइटिङको भयो। र ईशाले भन्दाखेरि राइटिङको प्रोजेक्टमा 4H मा भाग लिएकाले गर्दा उनको स्कोरमा पनि, म्याप स्कोरमा पनि प्रगति भयो र यसले धेरै कुरा पढ्न पनि सिकायो भन्ने कुरा ईशाले पनि गरिरहेकी छिन्। धन्यवाद ईशा, धन्यवाद। All right, so now we'll go to Carrie. Carrie, you have some question in a Facebook now, so which I think we have prepared the question also. Now the question came. So one is, I think it is the question. The meaning of question is it in Cincinnati? That is the first question.
Yes, it's in every state in the United States. 4-H is run through the land grant university of each state of the United States. So for us, that would be the Ohio State University. All of our programming is developed and done through Ohio State Extension. So in Cincinnati, it would be the Hamilton County, depending on where you live in Cincinnati, it's run off of the county that you live in. So most of Cincinnati is in Hamilton County. So you would participate through 4-H through Hamilton County Extension. And I also saw there was a question about a fee, and there is a minimal fee. Every county is different. It just depends on how well they are funded through their county commissioners and fundraising and lots of other things. In our county, in Franklin County, the 4-H participation fee is $20 per youth, and that gets paid to the county to help facilitate programming for the awards that Isha had shared that purchases those things. We do different programming throughout the year. There's a camp, there's a sleepaway camp. So that's what the $20 is used for. And then as Isha mentioned, she took different projects, and each of the project books has a small fee. Most of the project books are about $8. So it just depends on what your interests are. There will be other expenses related to what you're studying. So like cake decorating was a little bit expensive compared to writing, right? Because you needed just a pencil and paper versus lots of ingredients.
Thank you, Carrie, for that one. So Again, the next question is obviously question of one is money, other one is time commitment. Can you share how much of time commitment? Because Isa was telling a little bit about it. So you can go to the club, come back, talk to the friends, discuss various different things. But can you share us like how much time commitment is required to be a good 4-Hers?
So it really depends on how successful you want to be. So as far as time away from home, our club typically meets once a month for about an hour, and we do that starting in January through June. Once we get to June, if we need to, we have extra meetings so that everybody can work on their projects together and be prepared for their judging. The judging happens at the county fair, and it so happens that Franklin County Fair is in July, the beginning part of July. And then a lot of your project work is done outside of the club. You do that at home with a project helper, a friend, a family member. And so it really depends on what the project might be. Some have a big time commitment and some are, relatively a small time commitment.
All right, thank you. So now let's go to the actual what type of class does 4-H teach? So do you want to answer that question before we go? What type of classes does 4-H teach?
So it's a wide range from art topics like writing or painting, drawing. There's also sewing and cooking, robotics. These are some of the projects that the children in my club have taken. There's also animals and livestock. I don't do that. We're in a suburban area, and so most of our families would not be able to raise, goats or chickens or, livestock. So I stay away from those projects. I don't know anything about them to be able to help young people. But there's over 200 different topics to discover and for children to choose from.
Horse riding is one of the biggest thing there,
Yes.
right?
Horses are a big following. A lot of kids like to participate. I do not know anything about helping with that.
Right.
I would point you to a different club that focuses on horses.
There are also projects related to science, right? Science and technology.
Yes, science of electricity, science fun in the kitchen. There's several different science things to explore.
So thank you, Carrie. And अझ तपाईले जसलाई केही प्रश्न छ भने सोध्दै जानु होला. तपाईको प्रश्नले तपाईले एन्सर जानेको भए पनि तपाईको प्रश्नले अरूलाई सहायता पुग्न सक्छ. So Carrie, now the next thing is, what do we do here in Reynoldsburg? If anybody wants to join, can they join? Or how do you all work for that one?
Yeah, so we are actually just getting started with our 4-H year, getting ready to start to organize our meetings, plan what we want to do for the year, and invite new members to join us. So we are going to have a meeting with the returning club members here in another week or so. The officers of the club, which we hadn't really talked about yet, but the club has a president, a vice president, a treasurer, and a secretary. Those roles are filled by the kids in the club, and they run the meetings. Our meetings are run like a business meeting, so much like you would see at a school board meeting or a city council meeting. We follow an agenda and Robert's Rules of Order to conduct our business. And then we have some education, and then we have some recreation. So that's kind of what each of the meetings consist of. We will have our open house meeting for all new families to come and see what 4-H is all about and ask their questions and get more information. That will be on Wednesday, January 31st. We meet at the Reynoldsburg Police Station. There's a public meeting room at the police station. So we reserve that meeting room for our 4-H meetings. And that's where we gather, and our meetings last about an hour.
So what time on January 31st?
Our meetings are 6:30 to 7:30.
Let me explain these things now. र जो हेर्नु हुँदैछ तपाईँ हेर्ने सबैजनालाई म फेरि दोहोऱ्याउन चाहन्छु, फेरि अहिलेको भने जस्तै सेयर गरिदिनु होला, त्यहाँ छेउको बुढी अम्लो थिचेर लाइक गरिदिनु होला, र तपाईँले केही प्रश्न छ भने प्रश्नमा सोधिदिनु होला। हामीले आज 4H को बारेमा कुराकानी गर्दैछौँ। यो भिडियोमा अघि हामीले धेरै कुरा बताइसक्यौँ 4H के हो भनेर। अब यो 4H भनेको स्टेटभरि छ, जहाँ तपाईँ हुनुहुन्छ त्यहीँको ठाउँमा आफूले गएर खोज्नु भइनुहुन्छ। मैले एउटा सानो लिङ्क लगाएको छु अघि हेर्नु कमेन्टमा, लिङ्कमा क्लिक गर्नुभयो भने त्यहाँ पनि विशेषको बारेमा विशेष त्यहाँ चाल पाउनुहुन्छ। तर जो रेनल्ड्सबर्गमा बस्नु भएको हुनुहुन्छ, तपाईँहरूलाई चाहिँ जोइन गर्न मन लागेको छ, नानीहरूलाई 4Hमा लाउन मन लागेको छ भने यो जनवरी 31 तारिक, जनवरी 31st, रेनल्ड्सबर्ग पुलिस स्टेसन, अब एड्रेस चाहिँ मलाई थाहा भएन, आई डोन्ट नो, आई फाइन्ड आउट द एड्रेस रेनल्ड्सबर्ग पुलिस, 7232, I don't know.
Yeah, 72 something. I'll look it up.
Yeah. So रेनल्ड्सबर्ग पुलिस स्टेसनमा जनवरी 31 तारिक बुधबार, January 31st is it Wednesday?
Wednesday.
बुधबार जनवरी 31 तारिक बेलुका 6:30 मा मिटिङ सुरु हुन्छ। 6:30 देखि 7:30 1 घण्टाको मिटिङ हुन्छ र जनवरी 31 तारिकमा ओपन हाउसको दिन हो। तपाईँ कसैलाई पनि यो प्रोग्राममा ल्याएर नानीहरूलाई लगाउनु पर्यो, यसमा नानीहरूलाई जाउन् भन्ने तपाईँको इच्छा छ भने नानीहरूलाई त्यहाँ ल्याउनु होला। नानीहरूलाई त्यहाँ ल्याएर सहभागी बनाएर यो 4H के रहेछ यसको बारेमा जाने, इन्भल्भ गर्ने, र जस्तै अब ईशा भइन्, यस्ता अरू धेरैजना नानीहरू छन्, उनीहरूले पनि यो कार्यक्रममा लागेर फाइदा लिएका छन्। त्यो कार्यक्रममा लागेर फाइदा लिनु हुन म विनम्र अनुरोध गर्छु। सो मिटिङको समय भनेको जनवरी 31st, that is Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. in Reynoldsburg Police Station.
7240 East Main.
Oh, 7240 East Main. I should know that one, but 7240 East Main Street. Your address. मैले एड्रेस पनि यहाँ लेखिदिएको छु। सो what want to join but Lincoln County. So Carrie, do you have an answer for this question?
Yeah, so there's a couple of options there. You could join Licking County 4-H. Every county has a 4-H program with multiple 4-H clubs to choose from. We could also make a request to our county extension office here in Franklin County and coordinate with Licking County and request that you would participate in Franklin County, though you live in Licking County. So they do make exceptions to do 4-H across county lines. So it's just a form that we fill out when we do the registration. It's just one extra form that we just ask for permission to do 4-H in a county that you don't live in.
र तपाईँ लिङ्कन काउन्टीमै बस्नुहुन्छ, त्यहाँ भएको भने लिङ्कन काउन्टीमै 4H को क्लब खोजेर जोइन गर्नुभयो भने हुन्छ। 4H गरेर गुगल गर्नुभयो भने तपाईँले भेटिहाल्नुहुन्छ एउटा कुरा होइन। लिङ्कन काउन्टीमा बसेको भए पनि फ्र्याङ्कलिन काउन्टीमै जोइन गर्छु, रेनल्ड्सबर्गमै आएर अरू हाम्रो नेपाली बोल्ने नानीहरू, भुटनिस नानीहरूसँगै जोइन गर्छु धेरै भएको ठाउँमा भन्ने तपाईँलाई लाग्छ भने यो आउने जनवरी 31 तारिक आउनु होला। बुधबार वर्ष बेलुका 6:30 बजी रेनल्ड्सबर्ग पुलिस स्टेसनमा आउनु होला। अनि लिङ्कन काउन्टीमा बसेको भए पनि एउटा सानो फर्म भरिसके पछाडि फ्र्याङ्कलिन काउन्टीमा जोइन गर्न पाउने उहाँहरूले व्यवस्था गर्नुहुन्छ। त्यो व्यवस्था अन्तर्गत तपाईँले फेरि फ्र्याङ्कलिन काउन्टीमै जोइन गर्न पनि सक्नुहुन्छ भनेर जानकारी गराउँदै हुनुहुन्छ। अलराइट, सो तपाईँको फेरि अरू केही क्वेसन छ भने सोध्नु होला, छैन भने क्यारी, डु यु वान्ट टु एड एनिथिङ एल्स?
Just that I think that 4-H develops a lot of skills that aren't really taught in school. So a lot of employers like to refer to those as soft skills. And those are things like public speaking, eye contact, things that are just really difficult to teach from a book. You kind of have to learn them by doing. And I think a great example of that tonight is with Isha, because when I first met Isha 1 year ago, she would have rather died than talk in front of a group of people. And now she is explaining and is very well spoken about something that she's learned about. So those are the types of things that we hope to develop with 4-H. is confidence and skills that don't that aren't really taught in school. They're more, learning by doing.
Thank you. Isa, do you want to add anything else that which you have forgotten or which you want to talk right now? Like going to 4H county club or the 4H, what do you call that, state fair? Any kind of experience that you had when we were going? Can you share something like that?
Okay, so I would 10 out of 10 recommend this to anyone who's even thinking about joining, because after I did photography, I started thinking about, what if I make a career in photography? I learned so much about it. If I keep progressing, maybe I can make a career out of it. Or even cake decorating. Maybe I can become a baker. It gives you like ideas in your head so you could explore different fields and stuff. And it was super fun to just explore different types of hobbies, even if you're not going to do that all the time, just like cultivating more skills.
Can you share your experience with the what you were when we were there in we were helping Carrie on selling those items. I forget what was those things, Carrie, that you were selling something in a small cabin, not a cabin or whatever. You have a for some business over there, right? You guys were doing those things.
We had shifts in like this van, like,
Oh, yeah.
and we got to sell soda, we got to sell chips and stuff, and people came up and bought off of us, and it was pretty cheap. So if you go to the Franklin County Fair, please buy from us.
They worked the concession stand
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
at
about.
the fair. Yeah, at the I was confused for a minute, but yes, they did all. They were very helpful. Again, handling money, talking to the public, learning some work skills, while still having fun doing it. I think everybody kind of enjoyed that stuff.
We
So
did. We did.
Yeah. So, everyone, I think that's all we have to say today. Whole reason that I wanted to do this Facebook Live is that I want more people from our community in Reynoldsburg community everywhere, whether you work for any big firm or whether you work anywhere, but at the small high schools or middle school or kindergarten students, they need this exposure. I find it's very, very helpful. So, Carrie, I just personally and publicly, I like to thank you so much for volunteering because how I knew about this one was back in 2016. I was in Tomato Festival, whether you remember or not. I was going around with Aditi and Deb, and I saw something there. And one thing which magic that captured me was their scholarship. And those kids they were very little. They were in third or fourth grade. I don't remember actually. And okay, why not? I try, and I went. And when I went to the school, and you were talking about head, heart, hands, and health, and that was something which is very, very what do you call it? Very thing that captured my attention. This is something really important for the overall growth of the youth. So now on the other side, can you talk about scholarship opportunities when they finish the school, getting easier for the admission in the OSU, other those kind of opportunities a little bit, so that people who may be exploring can go into that one as well.
yeah, there's a lot of different opportunities through 4-H, from younger kids going to camp, sleepaway camp or day camp. There's some travel opportunities for our middle school and high school aged students to go to other parts of the United States, and even international travel. They are often taking trips with children to Costa Rica and Japan. And then there's also the opportunity to earn scholarship money, based on the different project areas that you're interested in. And like I said, there's just so many to cover, but there are a lot of different scholarships to apply for. Some of them are based off of your participation in a certain field. Um, Livestock is a big one. So, like, there's lots of horse scholarships, cow, goat. But then there's also public speaking and leadership. There's just a lot of different ways that young people can apply for scholarship money, not only to travel and go to camp, but also for secondary education, college, And even sometimes those scholarships would apply to a trade school, because we know, college isn't the only way to continue your education. And those are all great benefits for those that, join and take advantage of everything they can to learn and grow. And I think that, that's a key thing for parents. And I think for kids, it's just fun. And so those two things come together and are a pretty good relationship.
And also it's good for college application as well, right?
And it's good for your college applications. There's a form that was recently due, and sorry, Isha, I forgot to remind everybody, but it was in the newsletter. It's called the Ohio Achievement Form. It's filled out by all Ohio 4-H youth, teens, really. The achievement form starts when you're about 13 years old, and it helps you to gather your accomplishments. And every year you add your next year's accomplishments to it. So you keep building this application. So by the time you're 18, you have 5 or 6 years worth of community service and participation. And so when you go to do your college applications, you already have that information in a nice format that you can transfer over to your college applications. And one thing we didn't touch on very much is, a big part of 4-H is the hands, and that is doing community service. And our club has done several different things to serve our community, to help those in need.
अलराइट, म क्यारीले भनेको कुरा दोहोऱ्याउँछु फेरि नेपालीमा। जो हुनुहुन्छ यो 4Hले भनेको धेरैवटा कुरामा सहायता पुग्छ नानीहरूको लागि। हाई स्कुल, मिडल स्कुल, हाई स्कुल, किन्डरगार्टनदेखि नानीहरूले जोइन गर्न सक्छन्। यसमा सामान्य खर्च मात्रै लाग्छ, धेरै पैसाको पनि छैन। र जनवरी 31 तारिक तपाईँहरू एनर्सबर्ग पुलिस स्टेसनमा बेलुका 6:30 बजी आउनुभयो भने भयो, पहिलो कुरा। दोस्रो कुरा, यो 4Hमा पार्टिसिपेसन गरिसके पछाडि कलेज एप्लिकेसनमा पनि फाइदा पुग्छ। अनि यस्ता धेरैवटा हातबाट सिक्ने कलाहरू पनि त्यहाँ भएकाले गर्दा यो फाइदाजनक छ। तपाईँलाई मनपर्छ भने 4H भनेर गुगल गर्नुभयो भने आफ्नो बसेको ठाउँको पनि भेट्न सक्नुहुन्छ। र रेनर्सबर्गमा हुनुहुन्छ र भाग लिन चाहनुहुन्छ भने जनवरी 31 तारिक आएर भाग लिनु होला। I think we covered everything else that we were thinking of. Isa, do you want to add anything at the end?
How about the motto?
Motto? Do you want to share it, Carrie?
Good one. To make the best better. That's the 4-H motto, to make the best better.
I think one thing I would want to say is to do it. Even if you're just trying to dip into this whole thing, just go into it because it's super fun and you'll come out learning so much more than you would have if you didn't.
Fair.
All right. So thank you, Isa. Thank you, Carrie, for coming, and namaste. We'll see you next time.
Excellent. Thank you.
you.
Good night.